What's up guys, welcome back to TPN. Just a quick one for today because I know that your time is precious. I also know that your money is precious, so hopefully the information that I'm going to give you in this video will potentially prevent you from buying a lemon of a Porsche. It may also be useful to current Porsche owners if they want to check the health of their engine. Before we do that, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you don't miss anything. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook, link in the description. So if you're looking to buy a used Porsche, or indeed you've already got one, the chances are you've probably been online looking for a few things about what you should avoid, what to look for when buying, because there are a few things that you do need to be aware of. But one of the things that you've probably heard of and may not know too much about is a thing called Overrevs. Now, overrevs are often misunderstood, and much like the IMS bearing issue, the bore scoring issue, these issues can strike fear into the hearts of any potential buyers or indeed current owners. Engines are designed to operate up to a maximum rotational speed. The manufacturer uses a rev limiter to prevent engine speeds exceeding a predetermined point of safety. At full throttle, whilst pushing and holding the accelerator pedal down indefinitely, the engine can't and won't exceed the rotational speed of the limiter. However, when a driver selects too low a gear relative to the speed of travel, the momentum of the car can mechanically drive the engine past the point of safety, and this is what's known as an overrev. Now, these overrev instances can cause the engine to fail or be seriously damaged. Instant failure would be caused by valves hitting a piston. Delayed failure is normally caused by a stretched or weakened timing chain. So according to 911virgin.com and a few other sources online, there's a 50-hour window of danger from the point of when the overrev occurred. So what I think that basically means is that if you were to drive the car, you need to be very careful within the 50 hours of when an overrev occurs. If you get past that 50-hour period, you can generally assume, or you should be able to assume, that no serious damage has been caused. So how do you check to see if your car does have any overrevs stored? Well, the answer is with this tool. I'm going to put the link to this tool in the description below this video. Previously, I've had a lot of people ask me, how do I find overrev information? And I've always had to tell them, you need to get something like the PWIS tester or the durometric tester, but this is a cost-effective and a lower price tool that will allow you to check overrevs yourself on your driveway or on the side of the road. Now, one thing to notice about this tool, I've tried it on a number of cars. So I've tried it on a 997, I've tried it on a 997 911, I've tried it on a 987 Boxster, a 987 Cayman. With this tool, we've been able to get overrev data from those particular vehicles. I've also tried it on a 986, a Boxster. I haven't been able to get overrev data, and also a 991 911. I haven't been able to get overrev. Maybe I'm going through the wrong options and I just can't find it, but I would say only go for this tool if you're looking to get overrev data on a 997 or the 987 models. So let's get into one of these cars and let's see what some overrev data looks like. So I'm going to use the 987 as a quick example, and we need to switch the ignition on. You can turn it on, you can turn the engine on if you want, but make sure the ignition is on first and foremost. So the diagnostic tool plugs into the OBD2 port, which is on a right-hand drive car on the passenger side. So you probably can't see what I've got on screen here, so I'm going to have to go mobile. And before we look at the rev data, I want to show you this sheet here, which basically gives different vehicle information. Some vehicles have two rev ranges. So for example, these vehicles here, so the 996 and 986, those vehicles there, they have two rev ranges. And these are the values of each rev range. Sorry, that's going out of focus there. For the car we're in right now though, the 987, 997, 997, GT3 and turbos, they have 6 rev ranges. Now, really, it was previously thought that any overrevs in the first 4 rev ranges, even up to 5, were classed as safe. But it's now been sort of reconsidered, relooked at. I think what they think now is that any overrevs in range 1 or range 2 are classed as safe. Anything else is, well, will need further looking at. They'll need to do compression tests and whatnot. But let me get the tool here and we'll have a look at this Boxster, this Cayman 987. Get it to a point where we can see what's going on. Let's get that bit of paper out of the way. Right. So, the tool is plugged in, the ignition is on. We need to click on to Porsche, manual selection, Need to go to Cayman 987, and then we go to diagnosis, control modules, DME control system, that's the engine, and then we go to special functions, I believe, and then vehicle data. So this is going to give us rev data. Now what it's also going to give us a bit of information as well about the engine, so total engine hours. And what I'll do is I'll just go to the very bottom, total distance. It's got in kilometers there. What we're looking for is engine hours. Type production key. The VIN number, right, operating hours, there we go, 4,082. So then if we scroll up, look at these numbers here, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 is below it, and there's 1 above it. Okay, so this is basically telling us, it's showing us information for all 6 of the rev ranges. Now it's telling me that in rev range 1, so remember we said rev ranges 1 and 2 were safe. So it's had, it keeps going out of focus, I'm sorry. So if we look at this line here, it tells us there have been 579 occurrences, and it last occurred at 3,972 hours. So that wasn't that long ago, but I think I can't remember exactly what the total time was, but it's maybe roughly within 50 hours. But in any case, revs in ranges 1 and 2 are classed as completely safe. If we had a look at the rev ranges 3, 4, 5 and 6, and we did find other occurrences, then you would definitely need to sort of investigate that and do compression tests and whatnot, and potentially walk away from buying that car because it could be potentially damaged. It all really depends. I would say if you've had revs in sort of these ranges in 4, 5 and 6, and they last occurred more than 200 hours ago, I would personally say that you're okay. But I'm not an expert, don't take my word for it, speak to the professionals who know this type of thing. So what I have here is some information from a 997, it's a 2008 997, and this shows Overrevs in all 6 rev ranges. So you can see we've got ranges 1 to 6 down the left hand side here. Then this is the amount of times it actually happened within that rev range, and then these are the hours at when it happened. So you can see that in rev ranges 5 and 6, so in 5 we've got 6 overrevs, in 6 we've got 2 overrevs. Interestingly, they happened at different times, so the latest overrevs in these 3 rev ranges all happened at the same time, so 894 hours. In fact, rev range 4 as well. Rev range 5 happened at 509 hours, and rev range 6 happened at, the last time it happened was at 423 hours. So, you know, it's up to you to decide, maybe with your mechanic or your specialist, what the data means in terms of how healthy your engine is, depending on how long ago any particular over-rev occurrences actually happen. So I'm going to put the link to this kit in the description below this video. It's a different kit to the kit that I normally recommend. This does do a little bit more, if I'm honest, but to be honest with you, it is nearly double the price. But it's going to give you that peace of mind if you are looking to maybe go and buy a car, or you want to, you know, view the over-rev data on your specific vehicle. Remember, I said that I could only get overrev data on the 997, the 987, Cayman and Boxster. So I would say only go for this tool if you have one of those cars. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the bell. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and on Facebook. I'll put the links to those in the description below the video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.